Hi everyone, welcome to our final day of the FCHS Fitness Challenge. We're wrapping up January. It's February 1st today, so this will be the final day of our challenge. Hopefully it gave you some nice ideas to stay more active in 2025. Don't worry, we're still going to do our weekly workout of the week videos posted on the FCHS Facebook page every Monday, and we'll upload those videos to our YouTube channel on a quarterly basis. So there'll still be plenty of activity for you all to do once we're not doing it every day anymore with me. So today we're really going to focus on putting everything together, kind of like we've been doing throughout the week. All right, so we'll start with a nice warm up, we'll get our workout in, and we'll do some nice stretching. It's a weekend, so hopefully we all have a little more time to spend today on warming up and cooling down appropriately. So all you need for today, an exercise mat or somewhere comfy to lay on. We're going to start standing up and we will make our way to the floor later on. All right, I have some resistance bands too, a pair of dumbbells, and then my handy dandy chair for today. That's all the equipment I have. Take what you like. You don't need anything at all. Remember, our body weight works just as well as anything else. So grab anything you need. Make sure you have some water. This will be a little bit of a longer one. All right, so we'll get started over here. I'm gonna back up. And we're gonna start with our warm up. So we're gonna warm up the upper and the lower body, especially because we'll be working all the parts of our body today. So we really wanna focus on getting loose, getting warm before we get started. Right, so we're gonna start with first our Ys, okay? So we're gonna have our palms facing each other, kind of like clapping our hands here. We're gonna lift them up overhead into a nice Y shape. We'll just open up that chest, those shoulders. If you like to use a strap for this, feel free. And remember of the day, we're gonna stick with 10, right? So we'll be doing multiple exercises in a row still, but we're gonna go for 10 repetitions of each. Right, so let's do one more Y. And we're gonna bring those hands back together. We're gonna raise them directly in front of us, and we'll come out into that T shape. Nice stretch in the chest again, but also waking up that back a little bit. All right, we'll do one more T. Then we're gonna bring the hands right in front of us like this. So our palms are going to face our face, all right, our head. And we're gonna flip those arms out. We're gonna bring them down, and then we're just gonna reverse that. Okay, so we're coming out, waking up that inner shoulder, going down. That gets the rotator cuff muscles a little involved here. We'll only do 5 of these because I know it's a little more intense. You're like, this is the warm-up. Why does it hurt? You'll thank me later, I promise. All right, we're gonna bring those hands down. Shake out the shoulders, the arms a little bit. All right, and we're just gonna do some circles for our wrists here. Wake up those hands. We'll go the other way. And then we're just gonna flip the hands up and down and down. And we'll wave. And then we'll move into our legs. So we're just gonna march in place. And this is likely when we'll start to feel that heat kicking in. Get a little bit of a sweat going before we get started with our first little circuit that we're gonna do. All right, so we're gonna march, march, and then we're gonna step it out to the side, do some side steps. One more on each foot. We'll bring the feet together, and this is when we're gonna use our handy dandy chair. We're just gonna kick the legs back and forth. Right, nice stretch in the hip. Nice stretch in the back of the leg. Right, nice and controlled. When you get to 10 or you get to whatever number feels good for you, we're gonna just switch sides and do the same thing. Nice straight leg. Try to keep your torso, your upper body straight, okay? We don't need to bend back and forth with the leg. We want it to really open up that hip. Our core doesn't need to get involved quite yet, okay? Just using it to keep our balance. Okay. Then if you want to sit in your chair for the next one, you're more than welcome to. All right, we're just going to do our foot circles, or ankle circles. All right, add some balance there. All right, reverse, circle the other way. And we're just going to point the foot, flex the foot. Do that a few times. And then try to wave the foot. See how that goes. All right, try to just move out that ankle, maybe a little bit at the hip. All right. Put that one down, and we'll do the same thing for the other side. So we'll lift that foot up, circle. Might hear some clicking, that's okay. Go the other way. And we'll point and flex that foot. And we'll wave this one too. All right, we'll put that foot down and we're gonna get started with our workout here. So I'm gonna start with my dumbbells. All right. And we're gonna do 4 exercises in a row for this first one, okay? So we're gonna start with a chest exercise. We'll go into biceps. Then we'll do some legs / cardio / balance. I know you can't wait. And then we'll do a core exercise. All right, so that's how this one will look. So we're gonna start by first putting the dumbbells right at chest level here, and we're just gonna push them out, and we're gonna come back in. All right, we're gonna do this for 10. All these exercises, we're trying for 10 repetitions. And we're gonna try to do them back to back to back to back. That was 4, right? Let's go for 2 more of these. Keep those shoulders down, keep breathing. All right, we're gonna bring those arms down to our sides. Palms are gonna face forward, and we're just gonna curl the weights up and slowly come back down. All right, try to really fight the gravity on the way back down. Got 2 more. Got 10. All right. I'm gonna put my weights down for this one. We're gonna move into more of a cardio exercise. We're gonna bring one leg behind, and we're gonna alternate that. Okay, so this is a nice little motion, okay? If this feels easy, you feel stable, we can reach down towards that foot. All right, so opposite hand to opposite foot. If that feels good, and you want more cardio, you can add a bit of a hop. Okay, we can do a speed skater, they call this. If it starts to hurt your lower back though, come back up and just do our small curtsies. Okay, so that's our options here. I know we've likely done way more than 10, but this is cardio. So do 1 more for each side. Then we're gonna come up and we're gonna catch our breath. We're gonna bring 1 foot up. We're gonna balance on the right foot. We did this in an earlier video this week, but I wanna add a straightening component. Feel a little bit of a leg extension, so that quad will be working. It's gonna be harder to keep our balance.
You're gonna really have to brace that core. All right, you can try for 10 on each leg. Whew. Got one more here. And we're gonna switch, ground into that left foot, bring the right knee up, and we'll kick it out. Okay, we're only bending at the knee though. Woo, woo, falling over. All right, that one down. Ooh, I need to stretch a little bit. All right, we're gonna do that same one again. All right, same 4 exercises. If you need a little longer rest, feel free to pause the video. All right, otherwise this is a little bit of our cardio component too, right? We just try to keep going. Gonna push out, we're gonna come back in. All right, we'll do that for 10. All right, 2 more here. Okay, bring those arms down, palms will face out, and we'll curl the weights up to our shoulders. 8 more. All right, we're on 10 here. I'm gonna put those weights down. I'm gonna go for some speed skaters here, so you can count each leg as 1, or count to 20 if you want. So by 6, 8, 9, 10, halfway there. And relax. Grab that balance. It's going to be hard after those skaters, especially if you were taking the cardio option. Ground on that right leg, bring the left up. Kick it out. See if you can do it without holding anything. Maybe you already were. Whew, we're on 6 here. Try to keep those hips square. 1 more on this side, we'll come down. We'll bring that right leg up. And we'll kick. All right, we got 1 more. And we'll put both feet back on the ground. We're gonna go into our next one. All right, so the next one, we're gonna combine our first 2 exercises into 1 exercise. So we're gonna do a row straight back into a tricep kick back. Okay, so that'll be our first one. Then we're going to have 2 options. Okay, you can either do a regular both feet on the ground deadlift where the hips hinge back and you come up. If you wanna add a balance component, make sure you're not too close to the chair, don't hit your head on the chair. All right, you're gonna balance in 1 foot and we're gonna do single leg. Whoop, that was a bad demonstration. Single leg for 5 on each side, if you choose that option. Okay, so only 5 on each leg. Then our last one in this section are gonna be our standing mountain climbers. So I know we've done this a few times. The faster you do them, the more of a cardio benefit you'll get. But make sure the core is working, okay? Don't use momentum to get the limbs going. So we're gonna start with our weights again. We're gonna hinge forward, okay? Nice flat back. The arms will start straight down. We're gonna row them up, and we're gonna kick them back. Okay, 4, 9 more. have 2 more here. And 10. Okay, so we're gonna come straight up, let that low back release a little bit here. Put those feet about hip width apart. And if you're gonna take the balance option, ground into 1 foot first, make sure your balance is there. Right, if you're gonna keep both feet on the ground, we're gonna have those weights or those hands with the palms facing us. We're gonna hinge the hips back, reach down towards the floor, okay? Maybe you get to the floor, maybe you get to the knee, that's okay. You just wanna go till you feel a nice stretch, nice work in those hamstrings, the back of the leg. All right, you don't want the back to bend, okay? So if I touch the floor right now, you see I'm all hunched over. If I go about here, all that works in my hamstrings. So I'm gonna come back up when I feel that stretch in there. I'm gonna go for 2 more. All right, and then our last one, you can keep the weights or put them down. We're gonna bring the right arm to the right knee, left arm to the left knee. Okay. Ooh. I cannot do these fast, so good for you if you can. You'll finish before me. Ooh. Gonna do 1 more on each leg here. Okay, that was round 1. Now we have round 2. Okay, so we'll get those feet back in position, about hip width apart. Gonna hinge at the hips, push that butt back, nice straight back. Row those arms up, kick them back. Okay, and then reverse. So the back and the triceps, gonna get a lot of work here. Let's do 2 more. Okay, straighten back up. You can keep both feet on the ground or you can do a balance challenge. All right, I'll try on 1 leg this time. We'll see how that goes. All right, so if you're doing 1 leg, we'll just go for 5 on each. If you're keeping both feet on the ground, remember to keep that nice flat back, nice hinged hips. Okay, I'm going to switch sides here. I have 1 more. That was kind of cheating on that last one, but it's okay. We're gonna go back for our mountain climbers here, okay? Halfway through. One more each side, and we'll come down. Okay, our next one, I'll just explain it before we do it so you guys get a chance to catch your breath a little bit here. Our first one's gonna be a shoulder press, right? When we finish our shoulder press, we're gonna come down and do an upright row. So the palms will face in, we'll bring the hands up. For our legs, we're going to do a reverse lunge into a knee up, okay? So the options there, we can just take a step back, bring the knee up. We can take a larger step back, hinge forward at the hip, drive the knee up, or we can do a reverse lunge, okay? Have those knees at 90-90 and drive that knee up, okay? So those are the options there. And then we're just gonna do our side bends for our core exercise. Right, so this one's gonna be tough, it's gonna be hard on the shoulders, but we're gonna get through it. I think it's the most challenging one of the day. That's why it's towards the end, because I'm really mean. Okay, so let's bring those hands up. Weights will be around ear level here. We're gonna bring them up overhead and back down for 10. Building that endurance, right? Let's go for 2 more. All right, then we're gonna bring those weights right in front of us. The palms will face the thighs. And we're just gonna pull the weights up. All right, we did the pushing muscles of the shoulders. Now we're gonna do the pulling. Keep those weights real close to your body. The biceps are working a little bit here, but we really want the pulling to come from the backs of the shoulders. Okay, so we're not curling the weights, we're pulling them up. We're gonna go for 2 more. All right, now we're gonna go into our leg slash cardio here. If you wanna keep the weights for extra challenge, you can. Just know it's going to be harder to balance. You probably won't get the speed. So if you'd rather get some cardio, I'd rather you not have the weights just for safety reasons. All right, if you wanna try to challenge more your leg strength, build the leg strength up, the weights might be a nice idea, okay? Just make sure you can easily throw your weights and grab the chair if you need to, okay? Stay safe. So we're gonna bring the foot back and we're gonna kick it up. Bring the foot back, kick it up. We're gonna go for 10 on each side. If you want a little more, remember we can hinge forward a little bit, drive that leg back further. Woo, see the change that does to the balance? Let's go for 2 more on this side. Okay, and we're gonna switch and do the same thing on the other leg. So we can take little steps, drive the knee up. We can take a bigger step, drive the knee up. Or we can lunge and drive. Lunge and drive. Okay. Ooh. We go for 2 more. Make sure you're set in the one position before you move towards the other. Okay, so if I hold here for a second, hold here for a second, I can usually keep my balance a little bit better. Oop, maybe not. All right, that was 10. And our last one, we're just gonna do our side bends. So with or without weights, we're just gonna drop the hand along the outer thigh, come back up. We'll do one side at a time. Try not to get dizzy. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I'm sweating. Might be because I have a lot of windows in my house. The sun's directly on me. We got 2 more. And we're gonna go to the other side now. So we'll bend to the left. We got 3 more. 1 more. And we're done. We're gonna go right back into those shoulder presses. Arms up overhead and back down to about the ears. Keep those arms nice and straight. Don't want to bend forward or back. Core nice and tight. Keep that posture. Our strength training really helps our posture overall when we start working those muscles regularly. We start to sit better, stand better, can curb the slouching a little bit. Let's go for 1 more. I think that's 11 if you're following me, but hey, doing extra never hurt anyone. Bring those palms forward. They're gonna face the thighs, and we're gonna pull the weights up. Keep them nice and close to the body. We got 2 more. 1 more. Let's get those legs in. All right. Right leg back, drive it forward. Have one more on this side. And we'll come over and switch the legs. Do 3 more. One more. And we'll go into those side bends. Shake out the legs a bit if you need to. Right? Need to do some weird hip rotating. Right? And we'll bend down to the side. Okay, keep that hand nice and close to the outer thigh. We want to follow that middle line. Right? We don't want to be in front or in back. Right to the side. All right, let's go for 2 more. And we're gonna get that left side, and then I promise we're gonna lay down after this. We're still gonna do some work, but it's a step in the right direction. Let's do 4 more. All right, that was 10. We're gonna make our way to the floor now. I like the floor. Makes me feel grounded. Okay, I'm gonna push my chair a little bit just so I don't accidentally hit it. So if it's in a precarious position, you won't need it for any more balance, so you can move it. So our next one here, we're gonna start with a chest fly. Okay, we're gonna do chest flies. We're gonna do our pullovers. Our leg exercise, we're gonna do a glute bridge into an abduction, and then we're gonna hold a plank. Okay, that was a special request this week, so we'll do that. It'll be fun. So if you wanna use some bands for the glute bridges, feel free, okay, for our leg exercise here. For our upper body ones, we'll still use the weights, okay? And for our plank, we will just use our bodies. We will not get fancy with the plank because it's hard enough as it is, right? So make your way down, lying on the mat, okay, or the floor, wherever you're at. All right, just get comfortable there. We're gonna bring the arms up. The weights will be directly over our chest. Okay, plant those feet on the floor, make sure they're nice and grounded. Now we're gonna bring those arms down to the side, into that T. See, it always comes back to get us. The T's. And we'll bring those weights back up. We'll feel a nice opening and work in the chest. The biceps will get a little bit involved as well. Okay. Remember, nice and slow, really challenge those muscles. We're about halfway there. Two more. I'll do one more. All right. Then we're gonna bring the weights up overhead. All right. And we're going to bring the arms back, keep the arms straight, and then we'll drive them back up. Okay, so I know a lot of times we do the skull crushers in this position where we bend at the elbow. Today we're only moving at the shoulder joint, so those arms are gonna stay straight as we go back. And then those back muscles, our lats, are going to help us pull them back up. So you'll feel a nice stretch throughout that back. If this is hard on your shoulder, you can play with the range of motion. Maybe don't go fully overhead. Okay, see if that feels any better. If it doesn't, you can always go back to those rows that we did earlier. That'll work the same muscles and it'll be a little more comfortable. I lost count because I was talking, so we are going to do 3 more. All right. One more. All right. And if you want to use your band for the next exercise, you can bring that around your legs here so it'll sit right above the knee. Okay. We're going to drive those hips up and we're going to bring the knees out into like a butterfly. And then we're going to come back down. Okay. So really make sure those hips are up first, then go out with the knees. Bring the knees back in, slowly lower back down. Ground through those feet, you're gonna push through the heels. Right, if adding or abduction causes you to lose that form and you're back down here, take that part out and just do the glute bridges, okay? Let's go for 2 more. One more. Okay, and then we're gonna come over, we're gonna just flip over, nice and slow, onto our stomachs here. You can leave the band around your legs if you want, you can take it off, doesn't matter. All right, and we're gonna come up for our plank. So there's a few options for this. All right, we can be up with our hands directly over our shoulders, okay? Pop up on those feet, we can hold a high plank. I've mentioned before in some other videos that for me, my elbows lock out. You can kind of see that weird, awkward bend. So this is very painful for me. I always take the elbow version myself, okay? So I have my elbows directly underneath my shoulders and I'll hold like this. If this is still really challenging, you don't quite have that core strength quite yet, that's okay. You know how we build it? By dropping the knees to the floor. The knees will be directly underneath those hips. And you'll hold, and I promise this will be plenty challenging too, okay? This is also a good option if you are feeling a lot of pain in the shoulders. It's hard for you to keep your body weight up, all right? Because that'll take some of that pressure off the upper body and it'll really allow that core to engage and do its work. Okay, so if you were doing that along with me, I'm sorry, sit back down because we're gonna go into our plank now, okay? So you can take any of those 3 options. You can start with one and switch to another as you go on. Feel free, you can also take a break when you need to. We're gonna go for up to a minute here. I will tell you at 30 seconds if you wanna drop down and take 30 seconds rest before we start our little circuit again, okay? So just know the options. You can always drop down when you need to, but let's see how far we can get. You've been working hard this month. See how much it's changed already, how much it's changed your body. All right, we're gonna come up here on a nice even number for me. 3, 2, and 1. Pop up on those feet or knees. All right, make sure those shoulders, hips, and the knees and the feet are all in a straight line. I know you can really only see part of my body here. All right, if you start to sag like this with the stomach really low to the ground, if you're up like this with all the body weight in the shoulders, drop those knees down, okay? The core should be working. That should be keeping us up, not our back, not our shoulders. Those parts are working. It's a full body exercise, but the majority of the work has got to come from that core. We are past 30 seconds. I was talking, so I'm sorry. We have 25 seconds left if you're doing a full minute. If you only wanted to do 30 seconds, you got a bit of a bonus there. All right, 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, we're gonna flip over on our back again. One more time, then we're gonna stretch. We're almost towards the end, all right? Let's go back into those chest flies. The weights will come right up over the chest. Gonna bring those arms out into a T, and we'll come back up. Keep a slight bend in those elbows as you do this one. To help engage that bicep a little bit more, be a little more comfortable. We're on 5. Gonna do 3 more. One more. All right, keep those weights right above the chest. Spread those arms out so the hands are directly above the shoulders. And let those weights come back down. Oh no, I'm too close to my chair. Bring them back up. All right, I'll scoot forward a little bit. Let those weights come down, bring them back up. All right, and nice and slow on the way down too, right? We never want gravity to move for us. We want to be in control of the motion. All right, let's do 2 more. One more. All right, we can put those weights to the side. We're not gonna need them for the rest of the workout. All right, get those heels, those feet planted firmly on the ground. Drive those hips up. If you're taking the out option, bring the knees out. Come back in and down. All right. Two more. Last one. All right, we can get rid of our band. All we have left is our plank here. All right, so get in your position. Then we're gonna come up and now. You're welcome. I'm a slave to my watch. Keep breathing. All right, we're 15 seconds in here. I love doing planks at the end of a workout because it takes a lot of mental strength to get through it. All right, we're 30 seconds in. If you want to drop down, if you want to stick with me, don't leave me here alone. 20 more seconds. There, 45 seconds. All right, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1, and relax. All right, roll back over on your back. We're gonna stretch here now. So we're gonna start just by bringing those arms up overhead. The feet will spread towards the end of your mat here. Nice full body stretch. All right. Hug one knee into the chest here. All right. Nice slow back stretch, bit of the hip. Okay, bring that leg back to the mat. Come hug the left leg in. It's a really good low back stretch for those of you who might have some back pain. Can really help release some tension in that region. All right, let's just bring both knees into the chest. Okay. You can bring them out a little wider and get that inner thigh if that feels good for you. So the knees will drive in closer to the elbows, or not the elbows, I'm sorry, the armpits. Same thing, you know. They're in line with each other, it made sense. All right. Let's come sit up nice and slow, okay? And we're gonna go into a nice butterfly stretch here. If you want to add some flapping to get some mobility in, feel free. See if you can get those legs down a little further. Let's straighten one leg out, reach towards the toe. Okay, so you just want to straighten that first and hinge forward, almost fold forward. That kind of reduces the bending of the back, the work in the back, and helps us actually stretch the leg, which is what we're trying to do here. And stretching that leg will help the back by default. I promise. All right, come on up, switch those feet. All right, lift forward and then hinge. All right, my hands are only at my ankle because I can't quite make that foot without it hurting. So do listen to your body. It's smarter than you. Sometimes, not all the time. All right, let's bring this foot up. So left foot will be on the floor. We're gonna bring that right ankle to cross over the left knee, and we'll stretch that outer hip. If you like to do this stretch lying back, please feel free. Okay. You can add a little bit of a swaying motion to this as well. See if you can get a little bit looser. See if you can get that foot in a little bit further. That heel, the heel a little bit further. All right, let's switch the sides. So right foot will come down, left foot's gonna cross over the right knee. Okay. Make sure those shoulders aren't in the ears, right? We're trying to stretch the hip, not hurt our shoulders. All right, just come to a nice, comfortable seated position here. We're just gonna get our upper body now. So we're gonna stretch the right arm across. And we'll stretch the left. Let's get those triceps, so up overhead, bend at the elbow. You can bring that elbow in for a little extra. All right, let's switch arms, same thing on the other side. And let's just come down and just nicely push gently on the fingers, stretch out that arm. Okay, you can also place the fingers on the leg. And then we'll do that on the other side too. Nice deep breath. And you're done. That was our workout for today. Happy Saturday. So we are at the conclusion of our challenge. You finished it. Congratulations. I just want to thank all of you for watching. Hopefully you'll stay tuned for our workout of the week videos. And if you completed any of the evaluations, we do really appreciate that. And you will definitely be seeing some of your feedback and some of your requests in future videos. Right? Have a great weekend. Have a great week upcoming. And I'll see you all on Monday. Bye.